Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming by. Here to do a check-in reading for the Divine Masculine in the energy of the full moon in Scorpio, which is coming up in just about 2 days from when I record this video. I'm sure you guys can feel the energy pretty strongly already. As I always say, scorpionic energy has a way of perceiving itself. You can feel it coming for miles. On an energy level, I don't know if there's anything more intense than Pluto and Mars, which are the co-ruling planets of Scorpio. Scorpio was ruled by Mars before they discovered Pluto and carries with it that very intense fiery energy, as well as that magnetic, mystifying energy of Pluto. So put those two together. Actually, when you put those two energies together, they represent power. I'm going to do an astrotarology intro, needless to say. I'll timestamp the collective reading in the description box below for those of you who want to jump ahead. As soon as I sat down to think about the full moon in Scorpio in the masculine energy, I got a quote from, and I have to read it because I cannot say this man's name, even though it's very straight up, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. You may know him as the author of Sherlock Holmes. The quote is, "Bitterness is a paralytic. Love is a much more vicious motivator." And I thought, my gosh, does that ever sum up the Scorpio-Taurus axis in a nutshell? Scorpio and Taurus are opposite signs. As discussed, Scorpio ruled by Mars, Taurus ruled by Venus. As with every full moon, the sun is in the opposite sign. So with this full moon in Scorpio, the sun is in Taurus. And we're talking about this kind of energy. Now, scorpionic energy in its pure masculine expression, I get code words for things like ruthless ambition, resilience, risk, compulsiveness, reading, like a compulsive reading of the room, always, always looking for what's hidden, always the investigator. Scorpio rules the 8th house, which is the house of the hidden, the house of the unknown. And as I always say, it is also the house of the criminal and the investigator, which does kind of explain Sherlock Holmes. When we're talking about Venus and Mars, we can think about the major arcana in tarot. Well, that's the Emperor and the Empress. And the Emperor energy representing Mars is divine masculine energy. In the Rider-Waite, the original depiction of the Emperor, he's always got his suit of armor on. Yeah, he's got a cape over top and he's sitting on his throne, but he's ready to go into battle at any time. The Empress is sitting in a garden of abundance, fully relaxed in her flowing robes. And what she always asks the Emperor is, okay, but what are we fighting for? The Emperor is a whole lot more effective when love is the motivator. If it's motivated by anger or fear or out to prove something or selfishness or pure gain, which indeed can be a side of Scorpio. I preface this by saying I have a lot of Scorpio energy in my chart. It is my rising sign to start with. So anything I say, and my moon's in Taurus. So anything I say, I do understand and empathize with, just so you know. Scorpionic energy can be, like I said, very ruthlessly ambitious, if not balanced out with its opposition sign of Taurus, which brings in the Venus energy. Again, what are we fighting for? What is the motivator? The Emperor, without that motivation, is largely ineffective in the long run. And that's why the duel has to occur. So with the divine masculine energy, that was kind of the message that I was getting. It's like, what is the reason for the fight? Whatever that fight is, whether it's within you, whether it's in something you want to accomplish in life, and yes, if you want to, if you must, you can extrapolate this out to the collective. What is the fight actually for? Who will benefit? What will grow from it? How will it nurture? Is it motivated by love? And that's always the Scorpio-Taurus axis. Now, normally with full moons, I go back to the new moon, which was in November of last year, and say, think about what you were doing during that time. But oddly, in the masculine energy, I'm pushing it forward to the next new moon in Scorpio, which is on November the 19th of this year. For some reason, I'm treating the new moon this year in Scorpio as the completion and this full moon as a manifestation, when usually it's in the reverse. So with this full moon in Scorpio, we are going to ask the question, what are you fighting for? What's worth it? In the Divine Feminine reading, we were asking, what do you really want? Similar. What is the motivation? The new moon in Scorpio on November the 19th is the Sun, Moon, Mercury, and Venus will all be in Scorpio at that time. And we're going to have Saturn, Neptune, and the North Node in the fellow water sign of Pisces. And we're going to have Jupiter, the planet of luck and expansion, in the water sign of Cancer. There's a whole lot more to it than that, but that is basically the dream team when it comes to manifesting your dream, your true dream, on that new moon in Scorpio, November the 19th. Anyway, you guys, that's what I have. Let's get into the general reading. And it is just that, it's a general reading, so you won't resonate with everything that I say, simply not meant to. As you all know by now, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Every living thing on earth does. So how you choose to apply these messages to you is up to you. I tend to externalize the energy because as a reader, it makes it a lot less confusing. But do as you must. All right, let's get into the reading. I'm going to start off with an overall energy card for the Divine Masculine. This is so interesting to me. Oh my gosh, I just got a flood of messages right out the gate. Okay, listen to this. In the Divine Feminine reading, I didn't use this deck, but the first card out was Yang energy, Divine Masculine energy. And the first card out in the masculine reading is a card that says she feels, she knows. And in this deck, it's number 22. When the full moon in Scorpio occurs on the 12th of May, the sun is at 22 degrees of Taurus, the moon at 22 degrees Scorpio. Very interesting. But that is about tapping into that intuitive knowing. How do you feel? She feels, she knows, that inner wisdom. Based, again, probably on everything that you've been through so far. Number 22, when you add it together, you get number 4. That's the Emperor and the Major Arcana. Super interesting. Let's go to the wisdom of the Oracle. My allergies are really, really bad today. I apologize if my voice is weak, and I will have to keep drinking. We have poised, something ready to take flight. Look at this fairy. She's standing on the edge of that pillar with her wings already raised, ready to jump into the next chapter. Something's about to happen. On the bottom of the deck is exchanging gifts. I like that. What is it for? What's the value in what you're doing or in what you're fighting for? Whatever that fight might be. Okay, let's do the blue deck. We'll do astrology at the end for this one. Messages for the Divine Masculine. Something is about ready to happen here with poise. See, she feels, she knows. That's the inner Divine Feminine. I always think about it this way when I'm applying it to myself. The Divine Feminine energy is things like emotion and intuition. It's the invisible things. And the masculine energy is the external, right? Things like ambition and money. So, what she feels, she knows. That's interesting. Okay. One more, please. What do we have for Divine Masculine? The garden and the gate, poised. This is about stepping outside of your comfort zone. In this card, there's a little girl there with her suitcase all packed, which reminds me of, I'll tell you the story in a second. She's standing there with her suitcase all packed, ready to leave the garden gate. But there's a moment of hesitation. Okay. The garden is your comfortable spot. And she's a little girl. It reminds me of when you're a kid. And I don't know if you guys did this, but you're like, I'm packing my bags and I'm out of here. And then stopping at the edge of the yard and realizing, wait, I'm 9. I can't get out of here. We have the Angel of Strength, Leo energy, courage. Also, the Angel of Strength is about integrity to your own heart. And we have this, she feels, she knows. gives you the courage to take that step out of your comfort zone. And look at this. We have yin yang, which we ended, we had yang energy come up in the divine feminine reading. This is that divine balance, poised. Oh my gosh, yin yang. You guys probably can't see. Man, I got to get a better setup. Number 22. Couldn't make it up if I tried. And then we have door to personal healing and happiness. And remember what I said about she feels she knows? In the depiction, this woman in the card is looking rather beat up by experiences in life. That's where the wisdom has come from. Personal healing and happiness, and there's the garden and the gate. Interesting. Let's get into the reading. I'll do the main spread with the Naked Heart. Let's see what you're leaving behind in this full moon in Scorpio. The Hermit, Virgo's major arcana. We have our South Node in Virgo right now in the collective, and our South Node is about our comfort zone. But this can be, again, the Hermit's very wise. Usually he goes within to soul search all the wisdom gained from the path he's been walking. She feels she knows. This is about emerging from that place of isolation. We have the garden and the gate. So you've been doing a lot of self-reflecting, a lot of looking within and finding where all the wisdom you've gained has come from. That very much is Emperor energy. Okay, let me see you right now. There's an owl and the star over top of this Hermit. The Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady, making some kind of new. Now, this could be learning something new. This could be offering somebody something. It could be a message you want to send out. Ultimately, the Knight of Pentacles is a very careful approach towards a goal. He's carrying a pentacle solid. Masculine energy, things that can be planted and grown. Okay. Let's see what actions you want to take. Oh my goodness, coming out of the Hermit cave and into the sun. Leo's major arcana, interesting because we have Leo with the Angel of Strength. Right now we have the planet Mars, masculine energy, in Leo. Leo acts with integrity to the heart. That's where the courage comes from. And the sun is that. It's rebirth, it's happiness, it's joy. It's stepping out of the Hermit cave and into the light. And that seems to be what's uncomfortable for you. But this slow, steady approach towards the sun, which is a new beginning, it's illumination as well. The Hermit is undergoing some kind of spiritual transformation, which we will clarify. It's in the recent past, though. Okay, let me see the energy around you. Now, this could be another person, could be a situation, can be a furthering of your actions. The two major arcana make that 3. More Leo energy. This time coming out as strength, and everything I said about strength applies. So I think this is you having the courage, door to personal healing and happiness, to step forward. Mars in a fire sign is very passionate energy. Again, it gives you the bravery that you need. And we ask, what's worth it to you? We'll see, because I'm going to ask the cards that right now. All this courage you require, all this soul searching you require. For what? Let's see. What's worth it to you? We have the King of Swords, and this is interesting because the Queen of Swords came out in divine feminine energy. The King of Swords is Aquarius energy, very smart. It's not just the facts, ma'am. A head over the heart decision. So what's worth it to you, the King of Swords? There's something you're very certain about, that's for sure. We'll see where that goes. We'll see where that goes. King of Swords. Although air energy, I am getting pretty strong Scorpio vibes here because this panther is hiding in the bushes, very investigative, wanting absolute clarity about something. Okay, worth it to you, the King of Swords. Let me see a potential outcome. Interesting. We have the Queen of Cups. Well, this is the Queen of Love. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. The Queen of Cups lives in full immersion of the emotional self. Now, this could be somebody which she feels she knows that you want to speak with, because the Queen of Cups is very intuitive. Now, this could be that part of you as well. I'm not going to keep doing that because it will get confusing, but keep that in mind. I'm reading this as an external person. Okay. Wow. We have the King of the Head and the Queen of the Heart. I love it when these two come up together in a reading. It's such an interesting combination. Okay. Let's go to the Hermit. This is what you're leaving behind. Can I see the Hermit? With the wild unknown. Okay. We have the Six of Cups. Six of Cups is Scorpio energy. Now, this could be you leaving behind certain things from your past, getting out of the garden gate, right? Six of Cups is childhood memories. It's nostalgia. It's very sweet. Could be that you want to approach somebody here from your past. We'll see where that goes. But because we're getting that I'm leaving, that getting uncomfortable and leaving the garden gate, I think this is what this represents. Your roots, your past. Could be everything that you've ever known. Let me see the Six of Cups. The Chariot. Cancer's major arcana. The planet Mars, we're dealing with masculine energy, did spend 8 whopping months in Cancer. But the Chariot is driven by the Emperor. It's about getting into alignment with your head and your heart so that your life can go in the direction you want it to go in. You are probably soul searching, heading forward towards somebody here. Be a situation as well. Okay. Can I see the Knight of Pentacles? This is where you are now. Interesting. We have the High Priestess, very intuitive energy. Hermit and High Priestess. That's the highest spiritual couple in tarot for me. The High Priestess is Pisces major arcana, and it is all about knowing the answer that you can't give a voice to, following your intuition. Feels and she knows. Let's see the High Priestess. Queen of Swords. Interesting, they're coming out a lot together lately. Now, this could be somebody from your past. King and Queen of Swords with this Six of Cups. King and Queen of Swords are often divorcees. They can be exes. Let me get one more on the Queen of Swords. Libra energy. The Four of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. The Four of Cups is a time of contemplation. This is, again, taking a moment to pause how you feel and what you know. Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the High Priestess. That is tapping into your intuition. Big time. And taking the time you need to do that with the Emperor, you are doing that. Okay. This is about you being very wise in the moves you make next. So let me see the Sun, because this looks like you reach some kind of clarity in your next steps. Wow. Oh my gosh. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Sagittarius is major arcana. This is my let go or be dragged card. This is destiny. It is about divine timing. But when the wheel spins through our lives, we manifested it. probably way back when we were asking for some kind of change to happen. We usually forget about it by the time it comes around, and here it comes around. The Wheel of Fortune can be about changing the trajectory of your life. Garden and the Gate, right? Being very uncomfortable. But as I say, let go or be dragged. It's not really a card you can control. It's coming in, though, with the Queen of Pentacles, Earth energy, Taurus energy, and the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. The Ace of Cups is a potential new beginning, whether it leads to romantic love or self-love or whatever it is here that you're figuring out. There's destiny attached to that. Let me see strength in the surrounding energy. The Five of Pentacles, door to personal healing and happiness. Okay. Five of Pentacles, obviously, with this sad rose here, is a feeling of lack. It's a feeling of dejection, of not having enough. There's no balance, right? Ideally, we want to get to the 10. So half is missing. Yin yang, half is missing. Can I see the Five of Pentacles, please? What's worth the fight? The Seven of Wands is the fighter card. It's more Leo energy. And you can see that there's an Ace of Wands burning here in the center of all of this struggle. It's like when those wands part, you see what's worth it. The Ace of Wands is always the fire starter for me, the heart starter, the motivator. Okay? Now, this could be a situation that you feel like you can't reach for some reason, or it's been very hard to get to. And that's why the strength. Can I see the King of Swords? This is what's worth it. This is why. Why that fight of the Seven of Wands. Look at, okay, what? The Ten of Cups. That is what this Ace of Cups can turn into. Attached to the King of Swords, and then look what we have. Aries Major Arcana of the Fool. I always laugh when the Fool is attached to the King of Swords, because the King of Swords is not one to just take a leap of faith, but with this Wheel of Destiny involved, it's saying it's going to require that for you. The Garden and the Gate. It's going to require courage. And what I always say about the Fool card, right, in a love reading, love rewards the brave. So you are being asked to be brave, that's for sure. The Fool and the Ten of Cups. And then on the bottom, the King of Swords again. Interesting. This time attached to Justice, Libra's Major Arcana. There's a lot of Libra here. The Libra is co-ruled by Venus too. What is worth it? The Ten of Cups. This King of Swords. Can I see the Fool? What is worth it? Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. And you know why I love this? Is because it's the perfect balance of yin and yang energy. We have, remember, the things you can touch and feel and see and build. And then we have the Ten of Cups, which is the feminine energy coming in here with the Ace of Cups. Interesting. Can I see the Queen of Cups in the potential outcome? The Knight of Cups, Pisces energy. This is my poet of the tarot. Very sweet, very romantic. We have you with Knight of Pentacles right now, but then this came out in the Divine Feminine reading too, turning into the Knight of Cups. It's like the very beginning of something, and there we have that ace that builds the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the ace attached to this Queen of Pentacles that builds the Ten of Cups. So this pentacle coming in, oh, and then the King of Pentacles. Look at all the divine pairs coming out. Can I see the Knight of Cups? The sun. That's your new beginning. Happiness, joy, celebration. It's a very fresh energy. Can I see the sun? And then the Five of Wands. It's interesting to me because I always feel like these wands, I mean, there's 6 wands here. This is some kind of competition or fight or internal blockage. Whoever it is here, Five of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Cups, that's who you want to have this conversation with. That's who you want to make this offer to. Let me have one more on that Five of Wands. Who it is. The Emperor. Divine masculine energy coming out with the Five of Wands and the Sun. You're very clear on what you want. Let me grab a different deck. Yeah, you're very clear. The Nine of Cups. That's about what you wish for. Let me grab another deck, though. I want to look here at this King of Swords again. With the Fool and the Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. So you've decided, King of Swords, very clearly that what's worth it to you is Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, yin yang. It's the fight worth fighting for. Five of Wands and the Emperor. That's fighter energy. What are you fighting through? Eight of Pentacles. Interesting. More Virgo energy. Have something to do with your work. Hey, again, we're dealing in divine masculine energy, so could have something to do with building up your finances. Could have something to do with your work. Let me see the King of Swords. What's worth it to you? Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. What's worth it to you? Destiny. The Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Let me see your Queen of Swords or your Queen of Pentacles, because that's who you have this wheel attached to. The Six of Cups. Now, when I say that it's like nostalgia, it doesn't necessarily mean it's somebody from your past. Now, it could be, you would know that. But the Six of Cups is more like what you've always dreamed of. It's your childhood wish, hope. It represents a purity of love. For some of you, as the Emperor, there could be children involved in this situation. Emperor is often father or husband. And we have the Six of Cups a couple of times. Can I see that Queen of Swords with the Four of Cups? The Five of Cups. More Scorpio energy. The Five of Cups is, it's like I said, you're filtering through your past. You're learning things from the past to do with heartbreak. Maybe you have regrets. It could have to do with this Six of Cups energy, because the wheel changes that. And it kind of refreshes the dream. So it's worth believing in it again. Now, one more on that Queen of Swords. Is this somebody from your past? Or do you have regrets around this person? It's the King of Swords. Oh, and the Page of Cups. Yeah, this could be somebody, this could be an ex. Now, and then for some of you, maybe you want to change the way that it went. That's possible, because that's what the wheel does. But then for others of you, I feel like this is you processing through your old dreams, what you once believed to be possible. King of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Wow. And then the Two of Swords, very strong Libra energy. There's a new moon up there, which is interesting. The Two of Swords, the swords are crossed over the heart chakra very protectively. And it is about the need to make some kind of decision when you can't even see clearly enough to make a decision using your mind. The King of Swords doesn't like that. That's why the Fool is attached to him. See what I'm saying? So what is worth it to you? Taking that leap of faith, the possibility of 10 cups, 10 pentacles. We have that possibility with the two aces represented in this situation. Let's get one more here at the end for this Queen of Cups and the Emperor. And the end of a very long and difficult cycle of learning. People are always afraid of the Ten of Swords, but you shouldn't be, especially since what's worth it to you, you're going after 10 cups, 10 pentacles. But the Ten of Swords means everything you had to learn from your previous cycle has come to an end. Let's do one more. And you're ready with the Fool and the Sun for this new beginning. Ten of Swords, the Emperor. This Emperor is a good example. Look at him. He's all dressed up in his suit of armor. And there was some kind of fight back here that you waged. Oh, I see. Okay. We have the Three of Swords for air. And look at all the air coming through. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini came out in Divine Feminine reading too. The Three of Swords is memories of heartbreak from the past. Always historical. It comes up for me in a reading every time we're being asked to take a leap of faith. It's kind of that voice in the back of your mind that reminds you of what you've already been through. She feels she knows, right? Let me see the Three of Swords. Ten of Swords, the Emperor, the Three of Swords. Whoa. Is that what you've been fighting through? Ace of Cups, King of Swords. After that Three of Swords comes the Ace of Cups and the King of Swords. That's the third time we've seen this King of Swords. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Nine of Cups. Okay. One more. And that Ace of Cups, there it is. I was going to say that Ace of Cups is the 10th cup. Right. Leo's major arcana. Very strong Leo and Aquarius energy coming through in this reading. But what I said about strength, right? It's about having the courage to go after what you truly want here. It's like your destiny is giving you another shot at something. I don't know necessarily if it is, again, with somebody from the past. It can be. For some of you, it totally can be. It can be actually a marriage coming back together. And for others of you, it's another shot at a destiny you knew was for you. But there were lessons that needed to be learned. But the dream remains. One more with strength. The Two of Pentacles and then the Two of Swords again. So there's a lot of indecision around this, a lot of holding back. Why? Why? Actually, let's go back to the why. Oh, okay. The Devil, Capricorn's major arcana. The Devil is Saturn energy, and it just makes me crazy how in tarot, every time a reader sees the Devil, they're like, woo. I'm like, well, there's nothing wrong with the Devil. The Devil is here to teach us the lessons that we really need to learn. Now, it can be a little bit of fear about letting go of that energy, meaning afraid that you're going to mess up again, afraid that you're going to repeat lessons that you've learned. Remember, I said that voice in the back of your head calling out the Three of Swords? That's the Devil. But it's really to make sure that you know you're prepared for where you want to go. That's really the job. Yeah, with the Seven of Pentacles, that's really what the Devil does. Are you investing in something that you really it can build the Ten of Pentacles? I have one more. The Two of Pentacles came out again with that. But that's yin yang energy too, right? That's partnership. Yeah. Temperance, which also came out very big in the Divine Feminine reading. Sagittarius energy. Temperance is the soulmate angel working behind the scenes to balance out two things that are quite an unlikely match. Maybe like the King of Swords and Queen of Cups. Whether that's within you, once again, see, this is that careful handling, the mixing slowly. And we have that going on back here too. The Four of Wands and then the Eight of Cups. Okay. The Four of Wands is Emperor energy. It's about stability. It's about the home. But ultimately, too, it's about getting what you wished for. The Eight of Cups. This is my emotional pilgrimage card. We have strength coming out several times. Number 8 in the major arcana. It rolls over all the eights and the minors. It takes courage to walk away the garden and the gate from things that didn't reach the 10 of Cups, which is what you want. And it's there with that King of Swords, so you know that it's what you want. It's just requiring you to have a lot of courage. Yeah, you know that it's what you want. Look at this. Justice in the Star card. Aquarius is major arcana. This is healing. This is balance. But more importantly, it's the major arcanas, and we have Temperance too. There is a lot of angelic guidance here, as there was in the Divine Feminine, because what should be will be. King of Pentacles and the Hermit. Amazing. And that inner star that's guiding you towards what you want. And I always like to point this out. In this 10 of Cups, see all of those rainbow colors flowing from cup to cup? Same colors make up that star, that wish. But this is about healing, and we have door to personal healing and happiness. And for you, it's represented here at the end with the Queen of Cups. Okay, let me actually get one more on this Queen of Pentacles, because I do think this is who you want to have this new beginning with. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, amazing. Beautiful energy. We have that King and Queen of Pentacles all over, which is who builds that 10 of Pentacles. So partnership, but also cups, so emotions. Okay, let's go to, we'll do a bit of astrology now. The star codes. Yeah, because we have the 10 of Cups in what's worth it to you. We have the 8 of Cups walking away. 9 of Cups, personal healing and happiness. So I think you've taken a process here with this Hermit energy, and that's what I said at the beginning, to really do that internal work, to find your own sense of self and happiness and healing, the Star card. And then, because it was worth it, right? It was worth that fight, becoming the Emperor. Let me see. I want one on the Hermit, who we've seen a few times. And I do think you have some regrets from things you've done in your past. Oh, wow. The Ace of Wands and the 8 of Wands. Oh, the Ace of Wands, the Fool. Again, always together in a reading for me. The Fool is cardinal fire, and this is cardinal fire. And remember, we talked about that with the 7 of Wands. What's worth the fight? It's there. You were illuminated within this Hermit energy, and a lot of passion, a lot of motivation, a lot of energy. Okay. But it's definitely requiring courage for you. Okay. From the star codes, this could be astrological energy in your chart, in a person around you, or just overall influencing this situation. We have Ceres, which to me is a super Virgoian energy of healing and nurturing, personal healing and happiness. We have Pisces energy, which we've seen come out a few times. Right now, is it Saturn? Yes, Saturn. And we had Saturn come out with the Devil. Interesting. Anyway, Saturn, the planet, is sitting in the final degree of Pisces, 29 degrees, which is the final degree of the zodiac. So not only is it's going to move into Aries very soon. So not only is it a completion of a cycle of Saturn in Pisces, it's a 30-year cycle that's coming to a completion. Interesting. And then we have the balance coming in of divine masculine and feminine. Let's put that out into the collective for sure. But it could apply to your life too. Pisces energy, it's about sensitizing to that high priestess. She feels she knows. The descendant. I believe that divine feminine got this. The descendant is the opposite sign of your rising sign or your ascendant, which sits in the house of Aries, the first house. This sits in the house of Libra, the seventh house, and it represents the partner or the other. Look what we got right here. That's the descendant. The other. Libra energy with justice. Oh, no, we were doing the star codes. I want one more. Let's get on the table. Oh my gosh. Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. And look at this. That's what you're doing back there. You're learning a few things about a few things. Okay, Chiron. One more. And then progressions or the journey. And then we have the fourth house, which is the house of Cancer, the house of the home. And we have that action right here with the Four of Wands. Crazy. Okay. Let's do a romance angel. What do we have, please, for the divine masculine? Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Another one. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Ace of Wands, Eight of Wands, and the Sun all over this. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And you deserve love. You are lovable. Free yourself is what was happening in the recent past. Crazy. Okay. You deserve love. You are lovable. Look at this. Fairy, or angel, I guess, about to take her shot in the direction you want to go in. Okay. Let's go to the talisman. Consider these to be like power words that you can take away from the reading with you, if they resonate, of course, much like the whole reading. What do we have, please? For whoever needs this message. One more. We have leadership. That's that courage. That's all that Leo energy. It's about becoming a leader in your own life and also the Emperor. Now, for some of you, this can be about your career, totally, and you stepping into a role of leadership. Then we have change, Garden and the Gate, the Wheel of Fortune, willpower, strength, courage. One more. And then overcome fear, which looks like the Four of Wands with the Ace of Wands burning in the center there. That's why all of this courage is required. And we have the Devil, right? Overcome fear. You also have strength and temperance. Strength a couple of times, which is the card that beats out the Devil every time. Happiness and passion. I love it for you guys. All right, my friends, I hope this resonated with you. I hope it helped you somewhat. We'll close off with the moon cards. Just remember what I said. Take only what fits for your life as it does, if it does, and leave the rest. What do we have from the moon deck for divine masculine? First quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kindest self. I saw that in one of the readings recently. First quarter moon in Gemini. Speak your world into being. Oh. And one more. Say what you want. Okay. One more. First quarter moon in Sagittarius. Believe in your good luck. And we see the wheel all over the place and another chance at a dream. That's pretty lucky energy. Actually, let's close it with a card from the Lover's Oracle. What do we have, please? Divine Masculine. Secret Admirer. This did come out in Divine Feminine's reading. I took it from the center of this deck. Secret Admirer. Someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. Could be this Queen of Cups here. And one more. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love, yes. And that's that whole thing in the hermit mode with all those regrets and the Two of Swords. Maybe some of you have to leave, well, you do, the Eight of Cups, right? Garden in the Gate. You have to leave behind something. Whether that's a home, a family, a friendship group, whatever that is for you, a workplace situation, however it applies, but you know where you want to go. What's worth it? 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. It really doesn't get any better than that. Yin Yang energy. All right, you guys, that's what I have for you. I love you guys so much. Very intense energy on this full moon in Scorpio. Take care, my friends. Namaste.